Jet a second to breathe. Okay, good evening. I'm Janet Anderson. I call to order the Town of Lewisboro Planning Board meeting for Tuesday, August 19th, 2025 at 7:30 p.m. So for everyone, the exit is the way you came in. The exits to my left are for emergencies only. And in order to comply with the open meetings law, we must meet in person. We do not have the capability for the public to attend by Zoom, nor can we stream our meeting to YouTube. We will, however, post an audio recording of this meeting to the town website. Materials considered at this meeting are available in the agenda packet that's posted on the town's website, and members of the public can always express their views by email to planning@lewisborony.gov, or of course by mail. Kirsten Conrad, our planning board administrator, has confirmed that the meeting has been duly noticed and legal notice requirements are fulfilled. Joining me tonight from the town of Lewisboro are members of the planning board, Paul Fusco, John Guzmano, Charlene Indelicato, and Bruce Thompson. So we do have a quorum, and thus we can conduct the business of the board and vote on any matters that come before us. Also, we have Joe Tremelli from KSCJ Consulting and Counsel Judd Siebert. I've already mentioned Planning Board Administrator Kirsten Conrad. We may have the Building Inspector Kevin Kelly. He's not here quite yet, and CAC Co-Chair Sally Frank. So with that, let's talk about the first item on our agenda is a decision. It's for calendar number 06-23PB, calendar number 18-24WP, calendar number 11-24SW, Double H Farms Riding Academy, 20 Boutonville Road South in Cross River, New York. This is a request for approval for a site development plan approval, wetland permit approval, and town stormwater permit approval for a private riding academy. So when we met on this in July, we reviewed a revised and reduced phase one. And at that time, the board agreed to waive the public hearing and ask for a resolution to be prepared. So unless you have something to say, I'll ask Joe to kind of start through the review the sort of highlights of the resolution for us.
Sure. So as you mentioned, Jen, this is a resolution drafted for the board's consideration for site development plan approval, wetland, and stormwater permit approvals for Double H Farms, located at 20 Boutonville Road. The property is approximately 37 acres, or there's approximately 37 acres of the property in the town of Lewisboro. There's an adjacent 17 plus or minus acres in the town of Pound Ridge. No improvements, as you know, are proposed on the portion of the property within Pound Ridge with this application. The property is located in the Westchester County Ag District, currently developed with a horse farm with a one-story frame building, 3-bedroom apartment, indoor and outdoor riding rings, maintenance building, manure storage, and other various associated improvements. The applicant is proposing a riding academy use on the property. It's as you mentioned, a phased development. We have seen plans for the overall master plan. This has been reduced to a phase one scope, which generally includes the construction of a Grand Prix field within the existing paddock areas, expanding the existing sand riding ring with a viewing platform, irrigation, drainage, stormwater management improvements to the existing driveway and internal driveway access, and wetland mitigation to offset disturbances within the wetland buffer. There are phase two improvements, as I said, we did review, although not part of this approval. They did include or will include construction of a 22-stall horse barn with an indoor riding ring, a new cottage for staff housing, replacement of the existing maintenance building, and again, additional associated improvements. The riding academy use is permitted within the R2A zoning district, which this property is located in. And let's see, the applicant has a master plan for both phases, again, identifying phases 1 and 2. This approval would be, if amenable to the board or granted by the board, would be for the Phase 1 improvements only. There are wetlands on and within the site. There are proposed disturbances within the town-regulated 150-foot buffer. The applicant has prepared a mitigation plan to offset those impacts. Property is also located east of Hudson Watershed, so they will require coverage under the Speedies general permit. They have prepared a SWIP not only for Phase 1, but for the overall master plan, including Phase 2, so that's been reviewed, and pending no changes, if Phase 2 were to come to the board in the future, that stormwater management plan would suffice. Phase 1 improvements don't require any health department approvals. They are, the application was referred to Westchester County Planning Department or Planning Board as required. Kevin, although he's not here, I don't want to speak for him, but as noted in the resolution, the project as proposed is compliant with the zoning. Building inspector and the South Salem Fire District, Fire Department rather, have reviewed the plan for emergency services and fire access. This is a type 2 action under seeker, so it's categorically exempt. So if adopted, this board would be granting those 3 approvals mentioned earlier. There are a number of conditions that would be set forth with the resolution, many of which are standard, but conditions prior to signing the approved plans, before permits are issued, during construction, and of course before a final CO is issued. I don't know that you want to go through all of them. There are some permits that will be required as part of the process before the plans can be signed. That would include driveway opening permits, proof of coverage under the state stormwater permit, wetland permit, stormwater permit for local compliance, and then some other general conditions. As part of the conditions prior to issuance of a CO, we would want a stormwater maintenance agreement for long-term operation and maintenance of the stormwater system. Of course, an as-built survey, and then there are some other typical conditions for the town. Some of the other conditions that would be made, excuse me, part of this resolution, the maximum number of horses permitted to be on the property would be limited to 20, total of 20. There is a horse management plan that obviously the applicant, the owner, would need to comply with, maintain compliance with. At any time, 1 or more horses on the property, the existing apartment would need to be occupied full-time for supervision of the property and the horses in general. And there's as is typical, a wetland mitigation guarantee period of 3 years for the mitigation installed as part of the project.
Okay, so I would say that I should comment that this had been distributed to the board prior to this meeting. And I think one of the other things that it does, in addition to the horse plan, it does reference the business plan. Compliance with the business plan is one of the conditions. I do want to mention that I think condition 11 asked for 4 complete original sets. That is now 5 on this. And so if there's no concern with anyone, that's just been handwritten in here. And so have you had a chance to review this?
As a matter of fact, we did receive the resolution in advance. We appreciated the opportunity to review it. We don't really have any questions. Just one minor thing is that the limitation to 20 horses is Phase 1. That's the only thing that you're approving. As Joe mentioned, in Phase 2, we are proposing a barn for 22 horses, so that would obviously change as part of the Phase 2. But I don't think it requires any modification of the resolution.
Right. So again, for the record, what I want, like the record to hear, the recording to hear, that this is an approval of Phase 1. We do expect before any construction that would be associated with the Phase 2 improvements that we've discussed here, we would see you back here again.
Absolutely.
And have the
Yes.
Chance to review them in detail. Okay.
Absolutely.
For the record, could you state your name?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes,
We didn't
Charles
do that.
Barnabano, the attorney for the applicant. And this is Rich Williams, the inside engineer.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, any Any questions, discussion? You want to make a motion?
No, I actually
Question.
want to compliment the H Farms on the fire protection safety plan. It was very, very well done and explains the whole thing very clearly, and I'm sure you won't need it, but it's really great to have. Thank you.
Thank you. Kevin did insist on that, and we worked through it. And we tested all the equipment, as you know, it's all on file. So
it's
we thought it was thorough, and I'm glad to have it part of the
Very
record.
thorough, yes,
Thank
thank you.
Okay,
I so move.
okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Thank you all very much.
Yep.
thank you.
Good luck with it.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is calendar number 06-22PB, calendar number 05-22WP, calendar number 03-22SW, the Wacabuck Country Club Snack Bar, 18 Perch Bay Road in Wacabuck, New York. And this is a request for a 90% release of a site improvement performance bond. So we did receive the request for this reduced bond, and I would say we contacted Jan Johannesson and Judd, and, so the Kellogg Sessions people did agree that this is appropriate, and so we do have a resolution before us. Hello, would you
Very good.
want to make any comments?
No, Michael Soriano and John Asuma, club manager, we're here to listen and watch.
Okay. So,
Yes, so we have a resolution prepared, and Janet, as you stated, with the original approval, there was a performance security requirement for project infrastructure. Not wetland mitigation, but project infrastructure, based on guidance provided by Kellogg Sessions. That initial performance security was slightly over $1.1 million. It was posted in the form of a performance bond that was acceptable. It's been held by the town. And we are now at a point where we have obtained confirmation from the town consulting engineer and town consultants that the work has been satisfactorily completed. I will say this is great because this used to be this yo-yo back and forth between the town board and the planning board, but with the new code amendments, this type of performance security that used to require go up to the town board, you are now in a position to review the application or review the request and act on it. No public hearing is required, no authorization from the town board is required. So the resolution provides for the 90% reduction, coupled with the requirement to post a retention bond in the amount of 10% of the original bond. And that's it.
So I think this is the first one under the new code.
It is,
So,
yeah.
so do we all feel good? I mean, all right, so any questions about this? I think that the work was done, I mean, there was some question about whether this could all get done that quickly, and it was all done. It looks good. Kevin has, apparently, they've got a CO, so it's wonderful. So with that, I'm looking for a motion to approve the resolution as described by Judd. Bruce, okay?
Second.
Seconded by Charlene. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And we can pass these resolutions to. Okay.
I'll just say, Judd correctly stated the legal standard that the work has been satisfactorily completed, but in fact, the work has
Beautiful.
been beautifully completed. It's a project that your board spent a lot of time on, and it came out just magnificently. And we invite all of you to come and see it. Just give John a sumo call if you'd like to come down and take a look. But the membership is delighted, and it's just a real improvement to that site, both environmentally and aesthetically
Great.
and functionally.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. And that might be something that, when it's not quite so busy, maybe, I mean, when I don't want to come in the middle of camp or anything, but maybe we will think about,
You're clear there, Ken.
I'm sorry?
Camp's over.
Camp's over? Okay.
Last day was Friday.
So maybe we should think about
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
scheduling a visit at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because, and I think it was a big project. I know there was a tremendous amount of work on the infrastructure and, that should protect the lake. And so I think it might be good to have a field trip. Thank you for that offering.
If you want to do it on a Saturday morning sidewalk, just let John know.
Okay.
Whatever works for you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. The next item on our agenda is a wetland permit review. This is calendar number 16-25WP, calendar number 08-25SW. The Delgado and Guerrera residence at 326 Wacabuck Road, Goldens Bridge, New York. And this is application for a new septic and modifications to the existing driveway and pool site. So I think in July, we looked at this and we asked to see some more mitigation. So I don't know if much else has changed, but
I think this closer to you. No, I'll stand over here. I'll stand over here, Joe. So I won't bite.
okay. And you should give us your name for the recording, because I forgot.
Alan Hill, JLP Engineering.
Okay, thank you.
That's me. At least I was this morning. I'll start off with what has changed. I'll just say, one of the requests we had was to show which portions of the existing houses to be removed, and that's shown on this drawing over here. But I'll go back to C-104, which is the mitigation planting plan. And I'll just say, we had recalculated the amount of disturbance using the guidance that Jan had provided for us at the prior meeting. And with that, we're showing a plan with 6,740 square feet of grading disturbance in within the 150-foot wetland buffer. And this plan has 4,560 square feet of planting. As you can see, I know it's not a 1-to-1 ratio, but it does seem to encompass a good portion of the entire front yard already. And these various mitigation areas are outlined here. And I did see the comment from KSCJ suggesting that to consider the proposed patio and the walkway to be pervious, since they all drain to the water course, which is here by Wacabuck Road, they would consider that, and we'd be more than willing to do that.
That's good.
So that's I guess that's kind of like the principal change to the plan. Other things one of the other comments we received was we had shown a pool being located in the rear yard. That has been removed. It's not in this application. I'm just showing it as an outline as to where it was, but it's not part of the plan anymore at all. So that's also out of it. We did show, as I said, a bluestone walkway from the driveway to the front entrance, and as I say, we will redo that or provide a detail with it to make sure that it's pervious. I think those were the principal items that had changed. I mean, a lot of the other ones were more technical things that were requested. We will provide testing of the soils. I'll probably end up trying to do that next week. We're meeting KSCJ this week on another property, but that's besides the point. We seem to be doing a lot of the soil testing. It's a good time of year to do it, so we will manage to do that. And basically, we'll be doing a deep hole test and doing the percolation test within the perimeter of the rain garden. So we will get that done also. So that was, as I say, this is the major change to it. We were showing a lot of, they're all native plants that are being shown here. There's a little walkway to get through them, since it's,
Garden, yeah.
yeah, it's, there's basically a lot of shrubs and some new trees that are being planted here. There's a little, like, stepping stone walkway to get through, but otherwise it's virtually the entire front yard. And basically what's here, what isn't planted there, happens to be where the septic system is. So that's why it's out of it.
Yeah, and I know to do anything there would require more soils. But one of the things that I was thinking about is, and it's sort of the same thing, it's not in the wetland buffer, but it drains to it, is the septic system that you are putting in for the additional dispersion there. Would,
What happens at present is the two bedrooms in the existing house currently are treated in the septic system in the front yard.
Right.
And the two bedrooms in the addition are going to be conveyed to the septic system here in the rear yard.
So I think it would bring it closer, if not over, a one-to-one, if there would be a way to make that maybe, I know over septic systems you can't do no mow, but maybe a lightly mow zone, and have some meadow mix or something in there. Would that be something that you would consider?
I mean, within the rear yard?
Yeah,
I think so.
because it all flows down and,
Certainly a good portion of it could be done that way. I think that would be fine, if that's acceptable. Obviously, it's outside, the 150-foot buffer is actually there.
Right.
So it's outside of it, as you know, everything drains.
but everything
the
is
water.
draining there, and
Everything
it's a
goes.
good practice anyway. I mean, if you think that would be something that the owners would agree to and stuff, I think it would be a good practice, and it would.
Sure.
And we've been tough on some people about really needing to get to that one-to-one, and I think this would make it very clear that it was.
Would you want that in addition to, the pervious patio and the walkway, or?
I didn't do the
quite separate?
calculations, so I would say,
See what this comes out to.
see what that comes out to,
Fine.
and see if that would be, yes.
Okay.
This is really about CAC made a couple of statements that how many trees are being taken down, is there a tree removal plan? The CAC would like to see a mitigation plan to restore the ecology of the site due to any tree or vegetation removal. They do give you kudos for mostly native plant. And recommends a permanent demarcation feature along the no-mow and planted areas in the front and side yard.
That's fine. I mean, the idea of
Basically
the
shrubs.
mitigation plan is very much to have these areas be very specific planted beds, as opposed to just a line of trees, like physical demarcation. But we can certainly provide a demarcation along here, such as, I don't know, the usual thing that we typically request are the so-called, if you think of the aesthetically pleasing as two-man boulders, not to be sexist, but it seems like a little bit overly,
I think if it's a planting bed and it's,
That's
one of the
what
reasons we do that is so that we don't
Selling.
have people, a new landscaper comes in and mows down the no-mow zone. And if it looks like, if it's pretty clear it's a bed, I think,
well, I think one place it could be done is along this edge here.
yeah,
I think along here where it's trees and shrubs, it's less than necessary, but I think along here it could be done. And however we sort of
yeah, demarc
configure
that.
it for the septic system, it could be done similarly like that. I understand that, for example, there are trees that would be removed, beyond that stone wall in the 100% expansion. There's none really that are being removed for this construction. But in the 100% expansion area, there really, there's no other choice for it.
Right.
And unfortunately, the health department requires all trees within 10 feet of the 100% expansion area to be removed. That might not happen for 30 years. It could be happening in 40 years, it could be happening in 20 years. It's only if it fails,
Right.
would it be cleared. Otherwise, it remains just as it is now. However, the homeowner wants to manage it, that space, but that's it.
Yep.
So I just want to point that out.
Yeah, that's sort of defined on the plan, so if the fields fail in the future, you know where you're going to go, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Bruce?
I have a question regarding Board of Health approvals. Is any consideration ever given to alternative technologies for these fields?
I'll just say, inside the watershed, no. Inside the New York City water supply watershed, no. They're not permitted, period. And that's because of New York City DEP, that they will not allow it. And because this is in the watershed, it's the standard procedure, 4-inch perforated pipe, in a 2-foot wide gravel trench, 6 feet apart on center. Outside the watershed, absolutely, and I've done it a lot. The only way you can do it is if it has to be rehabilitation and it fails, then you can do it.
Then you can. Is
Go
nothing
Tom.
in Putnam County in the New York City watershed? And the reason I ask this is that some time ago, Putnam County put a lot of money into rehabilitating existing septic systems, and they did it with alternative technologies.
Well,
That was failing, it was probably failing
They were
systems,
failing.
and so,
Well,
or poorly functioning, so,
they were doing it, I'm hard pressed to say whether or not they had failed or whether they were being proactive about it. Because, and they, I think, what do they call it? Decentralized systems that can group a number of homes.
Septics.
Yes, and then, do it, and they used it for that. But even on the individual septics, they take a fraction of the area that these do.
yep. It's,
Everybody's frustrated with that one because there's a lot of people that would like
actually,
it
what you
to
really have to do is
Westchester.
talk to New York City DEP. They're the ones in the 2022, April 1st, 2022 County Health Department regulations. They're the ones who spell that out very specifically, that they're not allowed, period. Anything like enhanced treatment units, no. Gravel-less technology, absolutely not. Infiltrators, which give you 25% less area, not a chance. They just do not allow it. And I'll just say, outside of it, have I used it? Yes. I'm sorry, but it's just, if I present it to them, they'll just,
yeah, won't get approved.
And that's the way it is.
Right.
until the next revision. And when you tell them it needs to be done,
Right.
It's, when they went through this
you gotta hope.
years ago, and there was a committee on the, set up by Peter Harcum for the septic system,
Right.
okay? And DEP would show up and just, no.
So,
Their concern was the zoning would change and you would get increased density.
exactly.
But if you're not increasing, if you're not changing the zoning and you're dealing with existing septics, why not take advantage of a,
Yeah, I think one of their concerns might be, I'll just speak, that in subdivisions, you may have more areas which are feasible for septic, because that typically controls what you can do. So I think that may be one of the
There are
reasons.
clearly some substandard lots now that they exist, the lots exist, and if they, under current regulations, it's very hard to fit a septic and a well on them.
Right.
And so if you were to change that, I think the fear is there would end up being more development of substandard lots.
Whatever.
Okay, do you have any other comments as
I
from
just have one
CAC?
question about the reserve septic system, since it is on the plans, and it appears to be in a very densely wooded area. Would it be unreasonable to ask for a tree removal plan because it would be a significant amount of work to remove those trees?
But you don't know the timing, because
Sorry?
you don't know the timing. They don't have to remove the trees until they're using that.
No, I understand, I just, since it's on the plan, I just thought it was as part of the
It's,
future plan.
No, I don't think it would.
I think it's on the plans as a sort of reserved area
Okay,
to keep people from, building stuff there. Oh, I'll put a garage out there. No, it's saved
Got
for
it,
this,
got it.
right? So it's really not it's really not like we're going to build here yet. It's a reserved area. It's kind of a holding space,
yeah.
I think.
But we just did want to compliment the mitigation plan was very thorough, well, and good choices.
Okay, any other questions or anything? If we, with the agreement to try to look at getting this, I think, to one by looking at that sort of low mow area, I would be willing to see this go administrative if,
Yeah,
okay,
I don't
so
think there's anything else for us.
I'd look for a motion.
I'll make a motion that we shift this to administrative.
I second it.
Seconded by Charlene. So, and Joe, you're
No problem.
perfect.
Your concern.
Okay, so any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so you know how to take it from here. You've talked to Jan, and that should get easier for,
Okay,
okay?
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I appreciate it, been very helpful with this one.
Yeah, well, I think it's,
It's a better plan.
it's a better plan. It's a good, I think there's some really nice, it's going to be nice, look very nice, I think.
It'll be a great improvement to the house. So
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda, I believe we were looking for, I just lost his name, said he would be late. Joe Rena, that's, okay. So we could, if you want to go forward, we could do that, or we could skip and come back when he gets here, if that's,
That's probably a good idea since I
Okay.
don't know about site planning.
okay. Yeah, it's only going to be, I'm
That's
sure,
fine.
and.
We'll
and-
still be here.
Yeah, right, don't, not to worry. Okay, so we're going to skip over Griffiths and Taub for a minute, and we're going to Mercedes-Benz Golden Bridge. This is, so, they have a lot, this is, I should say it first. Calendar number 10-17 PB, calendar 19-22 SW, Mercedes-Benz of Golden Bridge at 321 Main Street in Golden Bridge, New York. So they have been doing a lot of work there, and they looked for an extension of a stormwater permit approval, but it basically expired in March. So they have submitted a new stormwater permit approval. They've submitted a new stormwater permit for our review and approval. I have a feeling it looks exactly like the old stormwater permit request. And so I think what we can do, that's really issued by KSCJ, so we can just make a motion that it's approved. One of the things that might make sense would be to have it coterminous with the overall site plan expiration date.
Yeah.
So we just reapproved a modification to the site plan a few months ago.
Yeah.
Does this update their stormwater plan to that adjustments? Because
So we've looked at the-
removed and all things?
Yeah, we looked at the resolution. The resolution did not, that might have been part of the issue. The resolution overlooked the stormwater permit and did not extend it. It was quiet on it.
Yeah, okay.
And so they have resubmitted this, and yeah, I think it's kind of, they're doing the work, stuff is getting,
But I just mean it as, I'm sure
Yeah.
Joe and Jan can figure it out, but is it their updated plans match what's being built in the sense that they had green roofs and all this other elements before the site plan change?
Right.
Is the stormwater infrastructure managing that? Because we didn't see it during that site
The
plan
changeover,
adjustments.
right.
So I'm assuming the original plan would not meet what would be required now, just because of the green roofs, but maybe I'm wrong.
so I think what really happened, although maybe there's a comment from the applicant here, but is that with taking down the garage, what was left was basically the building that, I mean, just a little bit more than the building that had been there. So the green roof that was really partially to deal with the new parking garage, when the parking garage went away, so did the green roof.
Right, but they
You still have
filled it with the
paved.
parking lot.
Right.
So
So the
what's
coverage
the
is
offset
still the same.
for, what's the mitigation for that?
Maybe the
Green
green
roof
roof
used
wasn't
to be.
accounted for, I just can't imagine
I
it
don't
wouldn't
remember
have
it.
been, but
Right.
I don't know. I don't know
I
the
don't even know
answers
if
to
we
these
counted
questions.
the green roof towards it. So, do you have, please introduce yourself for the recording, and
Hi, Steve Spina with JMC. We're the site engineer. Some of you may remember me from the original approvals years ago. So when we changed over from the parking garage to the parking lot, we did re-review land coverage and impervious calculations, and we installed a trench drain to capture most of the parking lot and redirect that to the front of the site along Route 22, where there's the underground infiltration system and a water quality structure.
okay,
So we just basically double-checked those calculations to make sure that, you know, hey, if we don't have the garage, which had a small green roof on top of a portion of it, will we still get the treatment and, of course, the retention for the larger storms? And we basically demonstrated that when we came in for the last amendment. So
Okay.
we kind of worked with what we
Yeah.
had, and it worked well. We got our approvals, and I think this permit was kind of something that we overlooked. We forgot it expires. It expired. We're obviously, you know,
Yeah.
out there building. They're close to finishing site work. Things are coming together, and then next year the building, all the interior in the buildings will be done for next year.
okay.
Good.
And
Answer my question.
Joe, any,
No,
that's it?
accurate.
Yep. Okay, so I think we can have a motion to approve the stormwater permit, and it will be issued then by KSCJ. So,
I'll make a motion to approve.
okay,
I would second it.
seconded by John. Any further
That's with the
discussion?
March 13, 26 expiration, right?
Yes, that would be coterminous with the site plan. Any further
Next March,
discussion?
Right?
Next
Right.
March,
Yeah, yeah.
yep.
Okay.
Any further discussion?
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks so much. Good to see you guys again.
I bet you're
We'll see you in
glad it's
10 years.
moving forward though, right?
Yeah, no, it's been, I think they've been doing well out there.
Good.
Coming together. Thank you,
Okay.
guys.
Okay, so Joe has had a chance to catch his breath, maybe. Okay, so next on the agenda is the wetland permit review, calendar number 19-25 WP, calendar number 10-25 SW. This is the Giffords and Taub residence, 63 Lakeshore Drive, South Salem, New York, an application for a two-story addition.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, so I need your name for the
Okay,
record.
Joseph Rena, the principal site design consultants, representing David Griffith and Warren Taub. Quickly, I have a little location map here, 63 Lakeshore Drive. This is Lake Truesdale. So the proposal is to add to the existing residence, the existing garage. The existing residence is being expanded 490 square feet, which is this addition here, and the garage is being expanded 235 square feet. The driveway is in the same location and will remain the same location. It's going to be asphalt versus gravel, possibly, and that's been accounted for in the stormwater calculations for the site. This orange line here is the 150-foot setback from the shoreline. The total disturbance for the site is 4,880 square feet, and about 2,500 square feet of that is going to be within that 150-foot setback. The stormwater, we've designed a stormwater detention system, which would be located down in this. This would be a subsurface detention system, and it's designed for the 25-year storm. We've developed erosion sediment control plans, so on and so forth, and we received Joe's memo, which we haven't really had a chance to address at this point, but everything looks pretty straightforward to me on that.
Okay. I would say it's a pretty extensive memo. It has a number of things on it. One of the things it did ask us to consider is to refer it to the building inspector. So I think we need consensus to do that.
Yep.
Okay. One of the issues, I think, though, is that he is probably going to look for floor plans to try to get to a bedroom count to see if it needs to go to the Department of Health or not.
Okay.
So I think I'm ready to say we'll send it.
I have a bunch, I have
okay,
a
go ahead.
million questions. First of all, I have put it on the record, I have not met you, but I live 2 houses away from you. So welcome to the
Hi,
neighborhood.
neighbors.
And I am very familiar with this house because I knew Jack and Joan for 20-something years. You said you're going to put a subsurface retention down there
Detention is correct.
because the water level at that area is only down 2 feet. So I don't know how far you can go down and not be in lake level.
Yeah, I mean, we did a preliminary test down there. Our system will not be in the groundwater at that point, but it is going to be a closed pipe system. It's going to be, it's not an open system, but it's only for detaining the storm water so we don't increase the amount of runoff. So we're not trying to infiltrate into the ground.
Okay.
If that answers your question.
Sometime it's got to go into the ground or into the lake, one or the other. The other thing that, I don't know where, I'm assuming that you'll have to meet all the setbacks and things like that because you do have a neighbor on the other side. I'm looking forward to seeing, the elevations and see how it works, actually.
Yeah.
Because that's another consideration.
I do have those to show you. They're very,
Yeah, we did not get these
Yeah.
in the pack, so that's why I'm asking questions because I didn't see anything.
it's okay if I show them?
Yeah, please, I mean.
They're a little
Yeah, okay.
conceptual at this point, but this is what the architect had wrote in this.
And just so you know, the reason elevations are important from the street side is because you block the people across the street.
The
So-
views of the lake, well.
As you can see, the dotted outline here of the existing structure, right? So this is looking from the lake shore at the front of the house. This is the front door right here
Mhm.
to the house. Right? The garage is, this is the garage. The entry point to the garage is
Right.
on this side here. This is looking at the
North.
left side of the house. I'm sorry, the right side of the house is the garage entry. This is the deck off the back side of the house. I can't really speak to materials and whatnot because I wasn't briefed on that. Again, this is the other side, the left side of the house, dropping down towards the lake. It's a deck.
A deck on the
Left
top
side.
there? Yeah, okay.
It's an existing deck.
Yeah. That's it.
And this is the side facing the lake. As you can see, there's a generous amount of glass on this
Sure.
side. Take advantage of
Right.
the view of the lake.
Okay, so at the, we should get copies of all these, but do you want to hit some of the highlights of the comment letter, or, I don't know, I mean, I think it's going to need another review. It's a pretty extensive,
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Okay.
So we're okay with that. And we'll just start to whittle away at those comments and make another submission. We'll ask the architect to make a submission to the building department.
it should,
I don't know if
it should come, yeah, I mean, it should come to us, and then we'll send it, we'll give it to
okay.
the building inspector. I will confirm it over.
Okay.
Yeah, so the
So it's not
recent,
going to be filing a building permit, you're just going to refer these drawings or whatever?
yeah, he wants to look at them to say, what's, well, he'll look at that one,
Floor plans,
yeah,
and then just review it, determine whether or not it needs to go to the health department.
yeah.
Okay.
The floor plan, and then he's gonna look at, compliant, agreement with setback requirements and all that stuff. So our next, to meet our September meeting, resubmission date is August 26th, which
Yeah,
is,
so we'll never make that.
okay. I just,
Yeah.
all right, so we will probably see you in October then,
I'm
right?
going to go work on it.
Yeah,
September 10th
What kind
will be the next submission.
September 10th? Okay.
Do you feel with, I don't know the site very well, maybe you should.
You worked right next to it.
Oh, yes, I did actually. Oh, yeah. Well, then, so you have a lot of pine trees on the side and different things of just with the, I don't know this side where you're putting the stormwater or how much grading in the front?
Yes.
Like a tree survey if you have tree removals?
I forgot to mention that, this is all pretty much lawn with some mature trees spotted around in the back, but it's pretty much all open down to the lake.
Okay, so where all that,
Just because there's no tree removal. And just to answer Mr. Guzmano's question, the two-story addition that's going on the house is adjacent to the existing garage, but effectively in line with it.
Mhm.
That garage is actually not, it goes over the setback currently, and we're moving it backwards once we demolish it to comply with the setback requirements.
Okay.
And then it's in line with the garage to basically be over. And I would just say, we have submitted all the building plans to the building department for
I
approval.
might have, I sent it to Kara, I don't know if I sent it to.
That's the right person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
And then we'd be delighted to have you, Mr. Guzmano, to walk the site with either with us or with our architect, if you'd like to, and then we can show you exactly this route.
Okay, let's see the plans, and
Yeah.
once we get to look at them, if I have questions,
That'd be wonderful.
we'll go through the normal process. I don't want to go around that, even though I appreciate your offer and everything as a neighbor.
Thanks.
Well, we
We'll
could-
have you over as a neighbor.
we could talk about, do you feel it's necessary to go for a site walk yet?
You may want to, because the property is different than, it's
Right.
a typical lake property, but it's a very nice piece. It's a nice property.
Yeah, okay. And do you think we have enough information at this point to go and look at it?
I would like to see the plans before.
Yeah,
See the
I think
plans
I
before we
think that
go?
would be beneficial if you see
Okay.
the plans.
and
then-
mitigate, I know CIC brought it up, it's the planting mitigation plan for the disturbances and everything, which is on the memo, so those items.
Yeah, okay, so we,
I can go either way, but yes, having the plans when you're
Wait.
there,
is helpful,
yes.
yeah. Okay,
Again, we've submitted the plans to the building department, so,
We have to submit to them.
yeah, so we'll
Oh,
make
it's
sure you get
different.
the submissions, and
Okay.
if you'd like to have a visit, we can arrange for plans to be available on site.
Great.
okay, so,
September 10th is what he's aiming for, and we can set up something as soon as we see plans.
okay, so we'll get the plans and then so maybe next time we'll set up a site walk. And if we're going out for a site walk, maybe at that point we'll talk about visiting the country club as well. I don't know.
And I misspoke for the October 21st meeting at September 30th.
Oh, you have more.
Resubmission.
September 30th,
So you
yeah,
have more
I was
time.
going to say, yeah.
So September 10th is not a deadline?
Anything you have to worry about, unless you want to,
But the 26th, August 26th is for the,
for September's meeting.
September, Missouri.
Yeah.
So that's
You don't
tight.
want to set up
A site-
Not yet.
a sidewalk, even, we'll get you make sure that they'll get you the plans by the 26th.
If we could
If
get
you
the
could send-
plans? Yeah, you want
Yeah.
to, well, if we got the plans,
We could,
I can bring the plans tomorrow. Whatever you need.
I'm fine setting up a sidewalk. if
Yeah,
people
I'm
need
okay
it.
with that, sure.
I do know the property well now.
all right.
If people want to see it.
So our next meeting is the 16th. We often go the Saturday before the site meeting, which in this case would be the 13th. Is that
I'm okay.
Saturday, the 13th?
I'm sorry, are we talking October now?
No,
September.
I'm talking September
We're talking
13th.
about September,
Yeah.
but you're
Yes.
coming in October,
Wait, yeah, but aren't we coming into?
Right, it doesn't look like we'll make
the September.
the September meeting, but
But we can do the site walk.
if you
in
could
case
set up a
there's
sidewalk, we'll
questions.
get you the building plans.
Yeah,
They
but
said they'll
then,
bring them over tomorrow, so you'll have
Why
those.
would we be coming the Saturday before the October meeting?
that might make more sense because we would have it, we could then report
Yeah,
out at the
because
same time
then
when you
your
guys are
plans
here.
will have been submitted.
Okay,
Joe,
okay.
And
When's-
then we're,
Why can't I get the plans done for this?
Well, we have to answer all the comments and get that all done for next, when the 26th is what?
A week, Tuesday.
Next Tuesday,
Or we Tuesday?
yeah.
Yeah, it's tight.
We'll talk about that, but that's really
It's tight.
a tall task.
Yeah. Or, yeah,
I mean, I guess the only benefit of doing the September, if they still want to come to the meeting, if there are major issues, they can have it before revisions
Right.
for October.
That's what I was thinking. If we see plans and we do a site walk and there's nothing big other than the details you're already working on, then they know they're going to sail through versus if we see something and go, oh,
It gives them-
that's
yeah,
not,
pushes them back another
that's not
month.
working.
Okay, and I'm just thinking, does that require them to show up to hear us report out, though?
I don't know what the rules are.
But you would
on
be
that.
okay to, you would be okay, all right.
You can do whatever you need.
Well, you'd want to report out at the September meeting, so you put it on the agenda, and if they want to be here, they can be here.
Right.
Just to give an
Okay.
update on it.
Yes, yeah.
So,
September
shall we
13th.
say 9 o'clock? Does that work for people?
of
Yeah.
which Saturday? Which-
I think we're doing September 13th, so we're now back to September?
That's fine. We're back to September. Okay,
Right.
September 13th?
Yep,
I most likely will not be able to make that, but I know the property well, so I'm not
Okay.
worried about it. I will try, but I don't know.
I have a long commute.
Are you
Okay.
actually our neighbor?
Yes,
Which house
Two-
are you at?
the one with the half pipe in the driveway
I will look out for it.
and the two crazy dogs.
We're the one with the two crazy 7 and 8-year-olds who scream on the way through.
Exactly.
I hear them, but I haven't seen them, and I will have to introduce myself.
Tell them to shh.
Just look at their comments.
okay, so we have a plan, we will be there. Now, do we want, would you have any interest in going to Walkabout Country Club after that?
Sure, as long as we're out anyway.
Right,
You make that?
So-
I'll do my, it's,
Hmm?
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll do
if-
my best to make it.
if you can. So, just thinking across, I mean, that, maybe,
Cocktails and something.
Kirsten, could you see if John could, maybe 9:45? So we spend half an hour here and arrive at Walkabout Country Club at 9:45? If that would be all right?
I will check with John.
Plus or minus a little.
Yeah.
But I think that would be good. I think it would be also helpful, we can see if what we envisioned for the plan actually came into fruition when we looked at
Yeah,
Walkabout
well,
Country
that's what
Club,
I'm-
you
yeah.
know?
That's what I'm looking forward to.
I would actually like to do that a little bit more, to have a sense of when we do something, does it come out the way we think it's going to? Okay, so we will see you at,
September
perhaps in
13th.
September, and we'll see the full redo and response to the memo in October.
Yep.
Okay,
Thank you.
great, thank you. Okay, good luck. Okay. So we've now done this. The next item on our agenda is correspondence calendar number 4807-WP. This is the Goldsmith residence at 7 Lori Lane, South Salem, New York. And this is a request to extinguish the declaration of restricted area for the Goldsmith wetland permit, which was for an addition to a residence, and the improvements were never built.
Correct.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Mary Vale. I represented Jeremy Goldsmith, who's the owner of 7 Lori Lane. I think it was back in 2015, he had intended to do some kind of a garage and an addition that he came as far as getting a wetland activity permit, site plan, all kinds of things, and I'm not sure what the reason was, but he decided not to build the structure, and he withdrew his permit, and he did not realize as part of the process, there was a requirement that he had to file a declaration of restricted area, which essentially was designed, I guess you would know far better than I would, but designed so that because of this addition, that nothing else could be done to the property. He didn't realize that that was actually recorded in the county clerk, so he went to sell the property, 10 years later to a lovely couple, and we were all shocked to see that it was still on record. And so it almost completely halted our closing. The buyers were thinking of trying to back out of the contract, and it became a real issue, like a cloud to title. They were objecting as a title objection. So we came to an agreement, thanks to Judd, who's so helpful, and Kirsten and Kara, also at the town office, that the proper way to proceed would be to request that since the structure was never built, the restrictions that were contemplated by this are no longer necessary, so therefore we're requesting it to be extinguished. And I understand that this is the first place to start the request process.
Okay, so Judd, perhaps you'd like to explain a little bit more here.
This is kind of a new one for me as well. But as Mary stated, the original wetland permit, as is often the case, required a declaration to restrict development or any activity on certain parts of the property, all tied to what was supposed to be built. It was never built. But the declaration is now of record, and it's on title. That wetland permit's expired. So you have a declaration there that is really of no service to the community or to the town in any way, and it is a cloud on title. So the only wrinkle here is that because the beneficiary of the declaration is the town, it's the town board that has to say we're okay. But I thought this board would be the appropriate place to start to, as it issued the initial permit, to recognize that you have a declaration that's just.
So we can make a recommendation to the town board to say we think this should go away, basically.
That's it. I would a motion for Janet to issue a letter to the town board, basically laying out what we've heard. I think you'd want probably belt and suspenders, but you'd probably want Kevin just to confirm that nothing was ever constructed on the property, and also just confirmation in that letter with the CC to Mary and the CC to the buyer's attorney, who also contacted me, that certainly that this isn't anything that would
stop anything in the future.
If you're going to come back in the future, you're going to have to abide with the wetland.
Yes, they fully understand that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because, the restrictions, because of what they wanted to do, seem like stuff that you may have to get a permit for even without, if it's extinguished. So if it's made clear in the resolution that this is solely for this purpose,
Exactly.
extinguishment,
Right.
and if necessary, permits are required.
Right.
You know,
Right.
just add that.
So
Should the
this
owner, current
wouldn't
or
be-
prospective, want to do
Exactly,
anything,
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
right,
yeah, they're
that's,
They have
subject
to
to
follow
code.
normal
Yeah,
code.
right.
So
Yeah.
what we're going to do here is not that would be the town board resolution, but the motion, the letter that
We
we
recommend.
write
Yeah.
would sort of
State those.
state that,
Yeah.
you know, that if they should want to come back.
Yeah, for anything, yeah. that
You know, they
requires
have to
permits,
follow
yeah.
the normal-
And it's just a suggestion for the letter
Right,
to
Right.
include that,
No, yeah, it would,
yeah.
Charlie.
okay, so,
I'll make a motion that you write the letter to the town board.
right,
I second
with
it.
Judd's help, of course. So,
No, without.
So, and it is kind of an interesting thing that they actually got the deed restriction before they did anything. I mean,
Exactly.
it's very
That's a surprise to
surprising, so.
everyone.
Yeah.
So I think this does make sense. So we've had a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll get that out.
Good luck to them.
Yeah, and, you know, I don't know when the next town board meeting is, but we'll get there to them, okay?
I'm taking August off, I'll come back in September.
Are they really?
Is it the 28th, is that a Monday?
Yeah, there was one, I don't know,
Do
okay.
they meet twice a month?
Yeah.
They usually do,
Okay.
but apparently not in August.
Uh-huh.
I think that week or, they meet last week. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And Bruce, my brother, Rich says hello. Rich Vale.
Thank you very much. I was just saying, wait a second, I gotta put two and two together. Thank you very
Yes.
much, and my very best.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Have
Yep.
a good night, everybody. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
So the next item on the agenda is just a discussion that the North Salem, New York is attempting to amend its town code to deal with short-term rentals, and they had some interesting things. Now, my understanding is their first review, they are going to change some things, but because at some point I expect the short-term rentals to come before us, I think it would be, you know, just sort of, it's interesting to see what another town is looking at and thinking of.
I think it's quite good, actually.
Yeah.
Great idea.
I don't
I
know
mean,
if it's all
I saw it.
legal,
I
like
saw
if you
I
can,
don't know, if I mean, it's quite good. for
but
everyone.
I think it's kind of,
Yeah, exactly.
it's kind of interesting. So,
This makes sense. Yeah.
so that's that. The next item is to look for a motion to approve the minutes of July 15th, 2025.
So move.
I'll second it. Did read them.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Our next meeting date is September 16th, 2025. I look for a motion to adjourn the meeting at 8:33.
Make a motion.
Okay, Paul. Seconded by Bruce. Any-
I want to stay.
You want to stay longer? Well,
We're not going to have this place anymore.
So it passes 4-1.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, do we need